welcome. My name is Melissa from thepurposecoaching.com, and today I want to talk to you about how to get what you want out of life. Now, I'm someone that truly believes that when our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions are not congruent, that's when we begin to see inconsistencies in our life. If you're saying one thing, but in the back of your mind, you're believing another, of course, you're not getting the results that you want. You're not in alignment. There's a disconnect. So if you want to learn what you can do to get the life that you want, then keep on watching. So first things first, stop comparing yourself. Now, I know this is super hard because that's all we're prone to do with with Instagram, constantly seeing everybody's life and what they're doing, what they're not doing. And listen, I would really suggest to stop going on Instagram. At least the first thing in the morning. Stop. I tried this for a little bit and not intentionally. I just really was feeling like shit and I did not want to see everyone's perfect life first thing in the morning when mine was far from it. So I stopped. I did other things in the morning to help me, which I'll go over in a later video. It was like meditating and journaling, which I've never done. And it actually made me want to not be on it as much. And I say Instagram because I feel like that's just the easiest and fastest thing. I mean, we see everything there. We're on it all the time. And start with something simple like unfollowing. If there's someone you follow that maybe you have nothing against them, maybe they're a great person, but they just make you feel like shit, unfollow them. Who cares? Or limiting your screen time, only going on Instagram, once a day, twice a day. That can help so much more with the comparing because it's not in front of your face. What will you do with your time if you're not on Instagram? Maybe you'll do something that's good for you. Maybe you'll do something that will improve your life. Maybe you'll do something that you're supposed to do and make you feel better because you achieved something. Does that make sense? So stop comparing, stop putting yourself in those situations, unfollow those people that make you feel like crap, and just stop going on Instagram, stop looking at stuff that makes you feel bad. Go do something productive. Taking responsibility. So I understand that a lot of times things happen in your life that you did not ask for, and you feel like you did nothing to deserve this, you didn't ask for this, and I understand. But even in those situations, you have to take responsibility. Whatever it is, whatever's done is done, it's happened. What are you going to do now to get yourself out of it? What are you going to do now to take action and do something and get yourself in a different situation? Because no one's going to come save you. And that's the honest truth. Everyone's worried about themselves. It's no one's responsibility for your happiness. No one is going to come and save you. So you need to take responsibility and save yourself. Taking action. There's so many of us that we delay this action piece, right? Because we want to get ready, we want to research, we feel like we need to have something else before we're ready to take action, and that's just not true. That's just an excuse to delay the action taking. So a lot of the reason why you don't have the life you want right now is because you've done nothing to get it. Maybe you've Googled some stuff, maybe you researched some stuff, maybe you've talked to some people, maybe you brought it up, but you haven't actually taken any action. So go take action. And don't worry if you don't have it perfect, if you don't know what you're doing. Even if you did all the research in the world, you are still going to make a mistake anyway. Okay, so just take action, learn, adapt, and do it again. Mind your habits. So, a lot of the times, the reason we don't have the life that we want is because our surroundings and our routine is not set up for that. Does that make sense? Like, if you want a healthy life, but every morning you skip breakfast and then only have coffee and then your lunch is like hot Cheetos or something and then you have a big ass dinner, that's not setting you up for a healthy life. So even though you want a healthy life, your routine and your environment is not supporting that. So you need to mind your habits. You need to really stop and look at what you do a day and think to yourself, is it supporting me in the life that I want? And if it's not, then there's your answer. Because I don't care how much you want to run a marathon or how much you want to be healthy or how much you want that six-pack or whatever. If you're not doing something healthy for yourself every day, you're not going to get it. And again, this goes with not being congruent, with things not aligning with what you're saying and what you're doing and what you're believing. So mind your habits. Be grateful. Be grateful. I talked about this a lot in my last video, but I talked about entitlement and how thought that I should have always translate to I don't have. When you feel that you should have something, like, this life that you want, whatever it is, like a life that has with more money or a life where when you're in business or a life where maybe you don't work that much or whatever, there are certain steps it takes to get there. You haven't paid your dues yet. And if you're sitting there thinking that, not just that I want this life, but that you should have it, you're not going to get it, because I should have always translates to I don't have. You can't appreciate something when you feel you've been privileged or you have the right to it. When you're constantly thinking about the things that you don't have, that's all you're going to keep getting is a life full of things that don't fulfill you. But if you come from a place of being grateful and appreciating every single thing, more things are going to come your way. So be grateful, be focused. So maybe you don't have the life you want because you're all over the place. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And trust me, when you have a sole focus, when there's one thing that you want so badly and that's your life, more of that will come. But when you're kind of all over the place and you're doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're helping someone with this and you're not doing stuff, there's not much that's going to expand. But if you focus on your one thing, that will expand. Dealing with setbacks. So sometimes, even though you know what you want and you're focused on it and you're doing all the right things, you don't know what life has in store for you. Sometimes you thought you wanted, it's just a path to get you to what you are really meant to do. And sometimes along that path, there's setbacks. So it may feel like you're doing something wrong, or you shouldn't be doing this, or you made a mistake, or you failed. And what I want you guys to really always think about and always remember and have the top of mind is that life is happening for you, not to you. So even the setback that you're experiencing and any setbacks that come is for you, is for a reason. It's to guide you to where you're supposed to be. So when you deal with the setbacks, deal with it with that concept that, okay, this is happening for me, then what does this mean? What opportunity is going to come out of this? Measure your progress. I love this. It truly works. Last year, I got in the habit of every month reviewing my goals. Now, I know that we have all heard this, and let me tell you, if you don't, that's a mistake, because you don't know how many times I've been at month 5 or 4 or 6, and I'm like, fuck, nothing's happening. And then I realized that if I don't do something different, the same thing's gonna happen for the next 4, 5, 6 months. And it never fails. When I realize that, I do something different and I get closer to what my goal was. If not, I reach my goal. And that wouldn't have happened if I'm not measuring my goals constantly. So measure your progress. It's gonna hold you accountable. Watch who you spend your time with. So sometimes there's people that maybe intentionally or unintentionally are holding us back. And this is not to say that, oh, don't hang out with those people because they're not good for you, or don't hang out with those people because they're gonna hold you back. That's not what I mean. I just mean that sometimes there's people that are at a different level than you are. Their focus is different, and it's not a good or bad thing. It's just you become the people you hang out with. And if you're hanging out with people that are always partying, or they're lazy, or they don't like to work on themselves or whatever, and you're on this whole different path, that's gonna hold you back. And on the other hand, if you hang out with someone that motivates you, that's always working on their goals, that's holding you accountable all the time, that's calling you out on your shit, you're gonna get there so much faster because you have the support. It doesn't mean to not hang out with the people that don't have the same vision as you or don't have the same goals as you. It's just be mindful of who you're hanging out with and realize that you do become the people you spend the most time with. So always surround yourself with people that support you, that push you. Now, I know that you clicked on this video because you wanted to know how to get what you want out of life. And sometimes, as much as we have these tips that help us, there's something going on deeper within us that's making it difficult to be able to do these things. Sometimes it's just feeling defeated or depression or feeling broken. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what to do when you feel broken inside, when you feel defeated. And this is a video very close to my heart because I was going through this not too long ago, and it really did help. And I want to share this with you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment below. How are you going to get what you want out of life?